I'm gonna say it. I can't cook is not a personality trait, babe. It's an excuse. As women, we learn how to contour our makeup perfectly, how to put together the best charcuterie board for girls' nights. But we can't learn how to throw together a meal for our man. When did we start acting like feeding the man we love is a chore? The way to his heart is still partially through his stomach. And no, Uber Eats does not count. He's out there busting his ass all day long, and we're really gonna let him come home and make his own dinner or pack his own sad little lunch like he's in middle school. Come on, that's not love. That's laziness. We are losing something sacred when we stop showing up as wives in the little ways. It's not about being domestic. It's about being intentional. You say you're a ride or die? Then make the man some damn food and pack his lunch. Y'all want a husband, but you don't even know how to act like a wife. You think being cute, snapping selfies, and acting hard to get is gonna land a man ready to build a life with you? Please. You can't cook. Your house is a mess. You roll your eyes when he talks. And you think submission is a dirty word. Newsflash, a real man is not settling for a brat who calls a bad attitude high standards. This might sting, but someone needs to say it. If you want to be a wife, start acting like one. Stop chasing the aesthetic. Start learning the role. It takes real effort. Learn how to cook, how to keep a home, how to support a man that's out there grinding for your family. Being a wife isn't about looking the part. It's about doing the work. But some of y'all want the title without the responsibility. You want the love, leadership, the loyalty, but won't lift a finger to meet him halfway. You want a man that leads, protects, and provides. Be the kind of woman he's proud to come home to. Otherwise, stay single and stop blaming men for your lack of preparation.
My birthday.
I know.
I really appreciate it, girl.
Right.
Happy birthday and stuff and everything.
Hey, what's going on? Hey, happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Thank you.
Dang, y'all done started
Well, I mean,
eating, and I thought I was taking you out on a date for your
well, you
birthday.
are, but I wanted to bring my friend, and it took a little while. So why wouldn't we go ahead and start with you paying, right?
I'm
We're
paying?
on one tab. I think she might need her card at the bar.
You brought a whole nother person on a date
It's
with.
our best friend. That's one person. We're both one person. What are you talking about? See, this is what we talk. This friend is why we dating. I told you we was gonna act like this.
We talked about us going on a date for your
This
birthday,
is us.
but you brought a whole nother person with you.
This is us. What would you call this? Us, right? Not
And
we.
you already got food, you got drinks.
But you can
And you
have
said,
some.
oh,
We got advertise for everybody. I even got a salad. Would you like it?
no, that's not what. This was gonna be a private, intimate moment with us.
But it's my birthday. Why I can't spend it with both of y'all?
No, I'm not.
My birthday calls for my own birthday. Like, you know what? I don't know what. Like, you don't date. Regularly, you know. So.
I date one person. I don't date two individuals
Well, you're
at the
not
same
dating
time.
her. You're dating me first, okay?
But she's
that
here.
would be gross.
But she's here.
She's here
Right, I'm
because
dating
that's my
you, not
company and
her.
that's my birthday. That's what I would do.
Well, how about y'all have a good birthday? I'm gonna go ahead and head out. She's sitting there looking crazy, like I don't even
Yeah,
understand.
you probably should, yeah. But don't drop that bar at that bar though.
I'm not dropping no card at the bar. I'm gonna go ahead and go. You have a great birthday.
Yeah, lose my number, too.
I will lose your number. You have a good day.
Girl, we do not need him. Like, it's okay. Like, whatever.
This is pretty much the behavior that you can expect from all modern women because they have no manners and they are uncouth.
Men are so superficial.
Would you date a guy that's shorter than you?
Absolutely not. I'd at least 6'2".
At least 6'2".
Yeah.
How tall are you?
5'5".
5'5".
Yeah.
So 6'2".
Well, it's 5'6", 5'5".
6'2" bare minimum.
Yeah, I just like tall dudes.
Bro, what do I gotta do to make money on here? Like, what do y'all want to see? Like, I'm a single mom. My daughter's in athletics. I can do my makeup. I can dress a little bit. Sometimes when I get dressed, I am into crafting. Like, what is it that I need to do to go viral or get a following on here? Because I am tired. I'm so tired. Like, I don't even do this, but I'm so fed up. Like, nothing is going right. I'm a Virgo. Like, I don't know. What do I need to post? Like, what do I need to show y'all? Help me.
How are you a single mom? It looks like you have a ring on your finger. Whatever you do, don't turn to OF.
I want to know how a can spend all this money on you, the skin off you, then ghost you.
Ooh.
Oh no, he can't ghost me. I need my skin back.
That's what I'm saying.
Did you see the red flags and did you pretend like they were not there?
Talk about it.
Jesus.
I see that clip a lot. And one thing I've noticed that never gets pointed out every time I see it is that why are we automatically assuming that the man was the one who was displaying red flags in the situation? Not even just this situation in particular, but just overall. Anytime a man decides that he no longer wants to deal with a woman, y'all automatically assume that he was the red flag. Baby doll, maybe you were the problem. Maybe it was something about you that he did not like. Now, don't get me wrong, I don't believe in ghosting. I think that ghosting is very immature. As a grown man or a grown woman, if you don't want to deal with somebody no more, just say that. But we gotta stop assuming that the man is always the problem whenever something don't work out. Hell, even just based on the limited information that she provided, it's giving transactional. You talking about how can a man spend all this money on you, sleep with you, and then ghost you? Man spends money on woman, man and woman sleep together, man goes on about his business. Tell me that don't sound like, you just never know. Maybe the vibe for him was giving hope. Y'all really gotta stop pandering to women so much and start telling them what they need to hear. In a way, yeah, they kind of told her where she went wrong, but at the same time, still kind of pandered to her feelings by making it seem like she wasn't the problem. Making it seem like her being the problem was just not an option. Y'all gotta stop sugarcoating and feeding into the delusion.
This really be the thing that be so crazy. Women are never trying to mimic the traits in men that are actually good, the things that will actually serve them, the things that will actually catapult them to a more promising future. No, they pick the most down low, most toxic, most self-destructive, most stagnant, most filthy, mold infested things to mimic. And the other thing that's so crazy is it's like, I don't know how y'all feel about this, but y'all tell me how y'all feel. Anytime I have tried to mimic what men do, it backfired every time. It backfired. And it didn't backfire because the plan didn't work. It backfired because the things that I thought about myself after I did those things, baby. That's what I'm saying. Y'all playing such a dangerous game when you try to mimic men, because the way a man's brain is set up and the way a woman's brain is set up is two totally different brains. A lot of what women do is heavily tied into how they will perceive themselves. A lot of what women do heavily impacts our self-respect, our self-worth, our dignity, our integrity, our pride. And women don't realize until after they do something how trying to play a man's game only hurts you in the end. That's why it just don't make sense to me. That's when I knew I really had to grow up, because I started realizing like, I really can't play the same games men play. Because I start feeling bad about myself after I do stuff. And men don't be having that same type of problem. So it probably would serve me if I just become a better woman and start making better decisions. And then I can just get what I want in the end. And I wouldn't have to jeopardize my well-being to do so.
I just got back from a girls' lunch with my best friend and her coworker. My best friend is single and her coworker is married with kids, been married like 12 years. Anyway, these guys across the bar are like staring at my best friend. And she goes, "Oh, girl, this man has been all in your face, all in your mouth the whole time we've been sitting here eating lunch." And my friend is like, "Girl, you ain't been out in the streets in a while. You don't know what it's like to be out here dating." She's like, "Men are so disappointing these days. I don't even want to be bothered. Like, I'm not even interested. Like, leave me out of it." So I get home and I log on to TikTok, and there's this woman, first video, she's like, "Y'all think y'all gonna switch teams, y'all gonna switch over and y'all gonna start dating women and everything's just gonna be sunshine and rainbows and so much better. But these women will run you for your money. Have you outside down bad, rip your heart out your chest? Have you sliding down walls?
What is in the air right now? What is in the spring air? I got axed out 3 times last week. out in the zoo, out in the wild. Amongst mankind in the wild. And I was like, wait a minute. I mean, that doesn't happen often. Like, a few times in 1 week? No. Maybe that happens to you. Like, I love that for you. But, like, why isn't it that way? Like, why was I surprised? Like, it should be normal. Like, if a guy likes a girl, go up to her, ask her out. You may get rejected. You may not. But I feel like dating sites, and I'm not on any dating apps, and I feel like it's easier, much easier, I feel like, obviously, than going up in real life. But I feel like it's dumbed down, that area of men where they were just so brave and would go up to a girl in public, be like, hey, I fancy you. Do you want to go to dinner? Like, no. But anyhow, I also lied to all of them because none of them were my type. I was like, yeah, I have a boyfriend, I'm so sorry. And they were all green flags because, especially 2 of them, when I said that, they're like, oh, okay. Yeah, because some of you...
How many days before getting intimate with someone?
Well, in the old days, it used to be 3 dates, but these days, because of, I guess, the Me Too movement and similar type stuff, I think guys are more cautious these days, because if you're reading the signals wrong and you come across as too aggressive, if the woman accuses you of harassment, that can ruin your entire career. So I think guys now are looking for more definite signals that the woman is interested in intimacy.
When you look at long-term successful partnerships, only 11% of people have the spark and the instant connection. The other 89%, slow burn. Because over time, what happens is all that excitement and attraction and all that stuff that happens in the beginning, which is super fun, it kind of dials down, and what becomes more important is that you actually feel like yourself.
Right.
You don't need makeup. You're not worried about your hormonal acne in the morning. You're able to just relax. You
Let yourself go.
Yeah. You want the person, no,
it
seriously,
sound
you
so
want to feel
beautiful.
like you are at home base.
Yeah.
That's how you want to feel when you come home. And so the slow burn actually helps you realize what actually matters in a relationship. And it's not all this shiny status shit we're all chasing. So that's number one. Number two, what's really important is that almost 70% of the stuff that you kind of are annoyed by never goes away. Never goes away. The fact that the person wants to watch golf all weekend, that's not going away. The fact that, they snore when it's probably not going away. The fact that they're not particularly ambitious at this moment might not go away.
Right.
And that's okay. Because the research shows that there will always be things that annoy you about the person. I mean, Chris is my most favorite person on the planet. He drives me crazy at times.
Right.
Because 2 things can be true at once. You can love somebody profoundly, and you can still have negative opinions about them. But when you let them be who they are, and you let them be who they're not, you actually create the space for true connection, acceptance, and love to be true.
And this is where the standards of a lot of modern women come from. They spend so much time, this, and this. So when we get into a relationship, nothing needs to change because I got all I want. They don't understand that the things that you want in a man, besides his character, good morals, that's a baseline. A lot of that stuff you're going to have to build in. And he's going to have to build in stuff to you. But y'all think y'all are perfect, so y'all don't need to build anything.
Alright, you hyenas, I just got home from work, so here we go. Let's delve into it. Blind date part 2. After I posted that video, I had absolutely 0 time to change, so I did not. So I grabbed my purse, walked down to Desnuda, walked into the premises, looked around, saw one man sitting alone at the bar, tapped him on the little shoulder and said, "Hey, you must be Evan." And he said, "Yep, that's me." He was good looking, smart, witty, friendly, well dressed. He owned his own house. He owned his own business. We had some martinis, we had some wine, we had some appetizers, we had some dinner. We talked about life, liberty, the pursuit of happiness, and honestly, we had a grand old time. But I'm sorry to report that this love story is probably not going to be the one that you wanted to hear. The only thing that last night taught me is that I am absolutely, undeniably, indubitably, irreparably still in love with my ex-boyfriend. But I have absolutely no regrets because I'm going to tell you guys the same thing I told Rich last night at the bar. I have one rule that I adhere to stricter than the Bible itself, and this rule was adopted from one of my closest friends, one of the best bartenders in the world. If you're ever in Charleston, go visit Teddy Nixon at the Archer or at By the Way. But rule number 1, always take the meeting. This can be business, this can be friendships, this can be relationships, but what do you have to lose by spending 20 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour, 2 hours on seeing an opportunity through? At the end of the day, this guy wasn't the love of my life, but in my experience, it is always better to say, oh well, than what if. It is always better to say, oh, well, that didn't work out, than to say, oh, I wonder what would have happened if. And at the very least, I texted Rich our TikTok. I told him we're going viral. And you know what? That whole experience restored my faith in humanity, at least for 24 hours. And you know what? I'm gonna honk shoe good tonight knowing that I stepped up to the plate, took a swing and a miss. And you know what? We're gonna get back up there, dust ourselves off, and try again tomorrow.
And this is the stuff that makes men stay single. Because while you're out here saying, well, it's better to say, oh, well, then what if? His pocket is saying, what if I wouldn't have spent that? His pocket ain't saying, oh, well, I just wasted money. It's saying, what if I had known she was about to waste my time? What if I had known she wasn't still over her ex? What if I had known that stuff? How would I have moved differently?
How many days before getting intimate with someone?
Well, in the old days, it used to be 3 dates, but these days, because of, I guess, the Me Too movement and similar type stuff, I think guys are more cautious these days, because if you're reading the signals wrong and you come across as too aggressive, if a woman accuses you of harassment, that can ruin your entire career. So I think guys now are looking for more definite signals that the woman is interested in intimacy.
You matcha are some liars. Y'all talking about, oh, it's so good. I just had me a matcha and that tastes like grass.
Anytime I make a video about approaching women or flirting with women, there's always someone in the comments who is worried about coming off as a creep. So if that's you, listen up. In my 10 years of being a dating coach, almost 10 years of being a dating coach for men, I have learned that the men who are truly creeps never worry about being creepy. It's actually the guys who are completely oblivious to the fact that they are creepy who are creeps. I see them in my Q&A polls when they make weird comments about my feet. I see them in my comment section when they're constantly typing 27 emojis to let me know that they are turned on by the picture. I see them in lots of places, but what I don't see them doing is worrying about being a creep. So please don't worry about that. And if a woman thinks that you're a creep because you express your interest in her, F her. Just kidding.
Okay, dating in 2025 is like the feels. Okay, met him. He did my oil. He put stuff in for me. Perfect. Kissed me. Flutters. Also, there was another guy in a parking lot trying to hit on me, like hollering at me. And I was like, what? I can't hear you. I can't understand you. I was like, I'm getting my oil checked. And he was like, oh, I can check your oil. And I was like, oh. Then the guy came out and I was like, save me. Please, this guy is trying to holler at me. Please help me. He was so cute. Not the one hollering at me from the parking lot, the other one. Okay, love you, bye.
You know, honestly, sometimes I think people want to be included so bad. This stuff is not actually happening to them. It just, they want to be included in whatever trend it is.
If there's a woman in your life who is ignoring you, ghosted you, or maybe you're just going through a heartbreak, I just have one question for you that'll help you so much. What else does she have to do that's more important than talking to you, growing the relationship, giving it a chance? That's when you realize that it's either 1, she just doesn't care, 2, she's extremely selfish, or 3, you're just not important to her. And what do you do after figuring this out? go for another girl. Why not? I ain't telling y'all to have strawberries with every single girl. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying go for what you deserve. If you would like one-on-one coaching to figure out where your blind sites are, you need personal advice. It'll be in my bio.
If we being completely honest, the reason why I don't be quick to help the IG baddies, you know, that keep their hair done, they nails done, always on a different trip, always in a luxury brand, is because you give off the impression that you don't need help. We'd rather help the girl that's working overtime, working doubles, still trying to get to somewhere, but she just can't get there. She need a little motivation. She need a little help. Yeah, we'll help her. I'm not helping you and you got a $3,300 Louis bag. I don't care if you pay for it or not. This is the problem with you creating the image. You create a rich image, then as soon as you meet him, you try to make it seem like you're going to die if he can't pitch in and help you. Let's make some make sense. No, most ain't stupid. The thing is, a lot of you don't even know how to stroke an ego to get what you need to get out of them. You just come straight panhandling. Dry as hell, you ain't own nothing. Just think you entitled to in the pockets. So yes, it's more liable to help a girl who's actually in a struggle and trying to get somewhere rather than that's trying to keep up an image and a validation of other that don't even like her in the first place.
Y'all, so tell me how my baby daddy got married today, but his child is right here. Why is she not there?
I think one of the biggest takeaways of this video is women in the comments are saying, why do you have your daughter right there? A better question would be, why are you saying this type of stuff in front of your daughter? It's because modern women don't know how to communicate effectively. They don't know how to read a room. They don't have any emotional intelligence. And yet this is what they want a man to have. This is what they want a man to bring into their lives. And they don't have any of it.
I will never understand the concept of there's so many fish in the sea. There's so many fish in the sea. I don't give a fuck about all the other fish in the sea. I picked that fish. I want that fish. That fish came directly to me actually. And I caught that. I don't want every other fish. I don't want blue fish, green fish, purple fish. I want that goldfish. That Pacific fish belongs to me. That Pacific fish, that's me. That's me. That's me. When you see that fish belongs to me. My fish.
Okay, with all the money that you made last year, why haven't you bought a chain?
I'm be honest, right? I feel like I'm just not no like super materialistic for real. Honestly. If you getting it,
why does that matter?
You know you ain't gotta go chain on them.
So you wouldn't buy me no designer?
What?
No, I mean, not necessarily. I be with a designer, but it's like ain't really at that level to cop every day.
Okay.
Try and jump out and do too much. I be on some cool shit.
You just not.
That ain't on my fit. I'm on some
chill shit. You on some chill shit.
I know your fit probably was $13.50.
No.
How
My
much you
fit
pay for
wasn't.
your fit?
It was $50.
Yeah,
Not $13 though.
Yeah, my shoes cost more than y'all.
But you can't say anything about my fit. We're talking about yours.
Tight.
Why the
though? I got a question for you. Like,
yeah.
Is like a man that has like materialistic things like really important to you though? Like chain, design on, because I see that's what you asked about.
No, it's not important to me. It's just
okay.
Where's his money going?
That?
So if you don't got it on,
hey, nah, what?
That means you're not getting it.
Bro, that's crazy.
Damn.
He said he don't have it like that to go buy a chain.
Okay.
A chain is not that much.
For real?
Your fake.
It's not. It's a girl's chain.
Yo. Men will literally turn 30 and be like, I don't know what I want. And I'm like, you got maybe 5 years of hair left. So if you could figure it out, that'd be great.
Men are always complaining about the standards that women have for the men that they date, but we can meet all of our own standards. Like, we're not asking anything from you that we don't bring to the table. I'm going to speak business boy terms because that's the only thing that gets through to you guys. So I'm a business attorney and people often come to me to form business partnerships. Imagine if somebody came to me and they're like, hey, I'm going to form a partnership with this other person. And I say, okay, what are you each contributing? What are you each going to do for the business? And they were like, well, you know, I'm going to contribute $100,000. I'm also going to work for the business full time. I'm also bringing intellectual property and a bunch of important client relationships. I say, okay, great. Now what is the other person contributing? And they say, oh, well, they were just going to like contribute $10,000, but we want to be equal partners. You know what I would say to them? Don't do it. In what world are you giving 50% equity to somebody who's bringing so much less to the table? Like, literally, what's in it for you? Now, in the past, men were relying on the fact that women couldn't make as much money as them, you know, if they could make any money. They were also relying on the fact that there was a stigma against being a single woman. So, like, women were incentivized to find the nearest partner. But those things are gone, or at least they're on their way out. So now that patriarchy isn't delivering us those benefits on your behalf that require nothing of you, what do you have? I've never met a man who makes as much money as me, has the same level of emotional intelligence as me, has the same level of domestic skills as I do, has the same level of relational skills as I do. Not even close. They're further behind me in every single category. So why should I slow down to jog with them when I can just run? I'm sorry so many men were coddled by the patriarchy to a degree that you don't have the skills necessary to make you guys desirable partners, but what's that have to do with me? Most of us women only have 1 or 2 projects in us, and after we've taken on like the men who were projects, yeah, we're done. Our life is our project now. And our standards are fairly simple. You have to make our lives better than they would be without you. And when we say that, you get so big mad. As if you think that we owe you a relationship, even if that relationship makes our life worse. Why?
I really like your example here, but I think sometimes modern women really overqualify themselves and they think that they're more than what they actually are.
All right, ladies, I think it's time we have a very serious conversation. Why are you guys out here dating ugly men? I want that medium ugly men trend deaded immediately. And I do mean immediately. Oh, I love a ugly medium man. Oh, I ugly medium guy. Ugly what? I need the baddest in the front. I need the baddest. When I say I need the prettiest, the handsomest, the most gorgeous man in the front. I'm not dating an ugly man. I'm not dating a medium ugly guy. For why? However, you're probably thinking, oh, how's me dating an ugly man? Like, how does that affect you? It affects all of us. And I'm gonna tell you how. First of all, you're ruining the market. I gotta say it. Because you, pretty girl, you're dating an ugly guy. First of all, you're raising his value. Now he's thinking now he's thinking because he bagged you, he can bag the rest of us. Nor. Like, genuinely, like, I honestly truly believe that the fact that women now, like, date ugly men, all of that is, like, men already think that they have so many options. They literally need the baddest to the front. They'll have the baddest, but finds out that she walks with 2 left feet. All of a sudden, that's a deal breaker because they know they're just gonna find another bad. Yet, when women date, it's like, oh, like, I need to hold on to him because. Stop dating ugly men, please. I'm. That's all I gotta say. Stop.
But I think a lot of y'all think that y'all are 10 and y'all be dead wrong. So y'all be finding the people that y'all are supposed to find, but calling them ugly.
Is it possible to meet your husband online today?
Well, I don't think it is for me. I don't know who know me, because how I know you don't know who I am and have like real motives for wanting to date me.
I want to get on Raya, but I so bad. It'd be like A-listers. Ben Affleck was on Raya.
You just gonna have a more richer, ain't she?
That's what I do anyway.
Yeah, so you don't need Raya. You doing well.
Okay, so I'll say this. I do feel like the kind of woman I am, I don't think I would even attract a man who feels like he has to use dating apps. Well, I want to meet you in person first. I love meeting somebody and just having a voice. I like seeing a man for the first time and being like, damn, and seeing the way he walks.
You gonna see the walk when you meet him for the first date after y'all get off the app.
No, men who use dating apps, they don't have that walk. And they'll walk in front of me right now. Oh, you on Hinge, huh?
But you think that they use Raya got their walk?
They might. You know they got only farmers.
Now you talking about where with money at? That's where they at.
Now
they on farmers only.
Right.
Hell yeah.
Ooh, this ain't texture.
You right. If they got one for oil and gas niggas. I just feel like it doesn't matter what app you on. It's gonna be
Yeah,
men.
I
It don't
do
matter
agree
the
with
tax bracket. It don't matter the race. It don't matter nothing. Men are gonna be men.
I do agree with that.
And it's just hard to date out here.
It's just funny because these women are full of delusion and they really lack the skills to pick out a good man, and they're wondering why their life is the way it is, or I should say their dating life is the way it still is.
Do not give the dude that has been talking to himself in the DM for the past year a chance, because all he's going to do is dog you out and teach you a lesson for making him talk to himself. That's what all the girlies are saying, and that can be true. Like, he might want to punish you for making him talk to himself in the DMs, but sometimes I don't think that's what it is. Like, you let him out of the DMs, he take you on all these nice dates, he treats you nice, he buys you gifts, and then he just like stops. Like, something just switches. I don't think it's because he's trying to play this game with you and try to teach you a lesson for making him talk to himself. I think that whenever y'all get a man, y'all start to acting crazy. Like, okay, you let him out of the DMs, now y'all talking, now you start to like him. How do you act when you start liking a man? Exactly, that man does not like that version of you. He likes the hard to get version. He likes that chasing version of you. He does not like the you calling him all the time, the you want to see him all the time, the you going off on him because you can't get all his attention all the time. Like, he is your world now, and that's all you want to do. That's all you think about. Men don't like when you center them. They like when you're like a little hard to get. Like, you still have your own life and he is not your whole life. So when you finally let him out of DMs, you like him, he becomes your whole life. Now he doesn't like you. And now you're like, oh, I should have never let him out the DMs because he just wanted to play this game. No, you're the one that switched it up.
I say we roll back arranged marriages. Like, I'd like to be married one day, but I don't want to date. I want someone to just figure it out for me. I mean, and I actually have the person who could pick for me. Like, my brother, he's really good at knowing when I'm about to walk off a cliff. So if anyone knows anyone, I could give you my brother's cell phone number. They could figure it out them damn selves. And then I'll just show up to the wedding. And then he's also an attorney, so he'll complete the prenup. And I don't know. Dating isn't fun. Not that I've been on a date. I haven't even been on a date. I don't even want to go on a date. I just want to be in a relationship. Like, who else? You know what I mean? Anyone else?
Ain't no desirable man going to no speed dating event. I don't know who need to hear that, but before y'all keep wasting y'all money and time going to these speed dating events, don't do it if you expecting men that you would actually want to be there, because they're not. If there are any men there at all, they're definitely not going to be the type of man that you would want. They're going to be undesirable, but they won't be actual top tier, attractive men with things going for themselves. You know why? Because if a man is actually desirable, why would he need to come to a speed dating event? He wouldn't. Desirable men get women constantly, whether it's walking out the house, going to the store, going to the gym, going to school. They don't have a problem in the woman department. See, y'all having a problem in the men department, which is why you're at a speed dating event. But these men are not having an issue with women when they're desirable. They don't have a problem getting girls. You have a problem getting men. And that's something that you need to work on. But as far as going to these speed dating events and thinking that you're going to meet actual men that you would want, they're not going to be there. You'll be good if you even get any men there at all, even the ones that nobody wants.
What I'm about to tell you is absolutely crazy. I literally never ever thought that this will happen. But this is the exact reason why majority of the relationships are failing in 2025. When I started my YouTube channel in 2016, women were being too nice, too kind, they were too giving, too sharing, too loving, and guys were taking them for granted. Guys were playing games with them. Guess what's happening now? Now the opposite is happening. What is happening right now? Women are being too cold, too mean, too self-entitled, and women are playing insane amount of games with men. And this is exactly why their relationships are failing. Ladies, if you want to have true love in your life, You must stay kind, gracious, loving, caring, nurturing. However, you must do it with balance, so you don't go one way extreme or the other. And ladies, if you're totally lost and confused, join my school, where me and my other coaches answer your questions there for 7 days completely free. The link will be down below.
There was an interesting comment the other day on one of my posts, and it was from a guy, and it was actually really good. He said that Mr. Media is doing everything right, and that's good. But as a woman, you probably find it hard to believe or trust what he's doing to be right, because we become cynical when someone is actually doing the right thing. It's hard to believe that someone actually is doing the right thing. So especially if you've been in the online dating world and you've been on a few dates or had a few relationships and it's blown up and you've gone into it thinking everything's great, and then all of a sudden it flips, quickly. I think then as a female, you are very much on guard and a little bit suspicious. So if someone is doing something right, you're like, are they though? This is exactly what the guy said last time. He's off the apps, but then he's on the apps because a friend saw him. It's hard to believe when a genuine person is coming at you, when you've had past experiences where people have been dishonest, disloyal, cheating. So you've got to really try to lean into the fact that not every man is the same as the bad guy that you dated last time, and try to throw away that cynicism or try to throw away that attempt to want to sabotage because you feel like it's going to blow up anyway. It's really common. And I thought it was good that a guy actually commented this, because he's so right. When the good guys are continuing to do the good stuff, we almost don't trust that because we're always second guessing, because the other guys have kind of tarnished the good guys. You know what I mean? The bad guys are making the good guys look bad, So it's tricky. But this is your reminder. If you're in a relationship with someone and it's new and it's going well and he's treating you well and your gut instinct is that everything is good, then assume it's good. Hopefully, it's just that simple. It is good with a good guy. And we've got to shake off our own little triggers and past traumas and lean in and just really fully believe that they are who they are telling us.
Black men, are you guys scared of me or something? What's going on? Why do I never get hit on by black men? I'm only getting hit on by other races, literally white, Asian, Hispanic, but no black men want me. I'm trying to come home. I want my brothers. Where my brothers at? I've literally never got to experience being with a black person because y'all ain't checking for me, apparently. I want a black man. Bring me back to my roots. I'm on my Dr. Umar. Come on, where you guys at? Hit me up.
I knew God was right.
I'm gonna show you how busy it is on a Friday. Right, Megan, open the door. Are you ready?
I really wish people would stop trying to push the idea that all men cheat and that's just something that we got to get used to. It's just like the standard for women, because no, that's what you got to get used to. That's what all your men do. We are not the same. And yes, I am going to be the that's going to get on here and say what my man won't do, because obviously if he does it, then he's not my fan. A lot of y'all need to work on decentering men, because you think the man is the center of your universe and that's why you put up with the shit that he do. I think that my happiness is the center of my universe, and that's why I don't put up with that. You cheat on me, you gone. No, I'm not finna hook up your PS5. No, I'm not finna keep. You're gone. I'm not finna text no bitch about nothing. If I even have the idea up in my head to text another bitch, you're gone. It's really that simple. I'm not insecure. I'm not gonna project nothing onto you from my past relationships. The slate is clean until you dirty that bitch up, and that's on you. That's why you gotta come with your own so you can control your own happiness. I don't need you for the money. I got my own money, but since you wanna spend money on me, that's nice, but I still got my own. I'm not finna throw my PH off for no man sitting up here telling some get a lick back. That I could just go get my lick back by being with somebody that actually give a about me. The fuck are you talking about?
This is why I do solo trips. I'm about to play the video, but this woman decided to destroy a vendor's stuff or throw it all into the ocean because she didn't get enough change back. Don't scroll, I'm about to play. All up in that man's stuff and everything else. Karma hit her real quick though, selling that water. This happened in DR, and then basically her and a group of friends paid for pineapple drinks, I guess. Well, because she didn't get enough change back or any change back, she proceeded to hop on their stuff and start throwing all their items into the ocean, destroying things, even looking like she about to get on the vendor himself. I ain't gonna lie, I thought it was common knowledge. If you don't go exchange your money and you giving a third world country US dollars, do not really expect any change back. Not to mention all the folks saying, oh, I would have crashed out too. Y'all love trying to crash out in other countries. Y'all keep thinking it's sweet in other countries. Swear, can't do group trips, bro. You will not have me in jail with you, bro. Please, keep all the ghetto stuff in America. I'm begging you, bro. God forbid. She might be in jail right now. Who knows? She wild, bro. Too many of my fellow Americans justifying her crashing out in another country over money. Like people don't go missing. If you're lost, we're talking about this. She crashed out, destroyed a vendor's stuff, threw everything in the water, and was screaming and all that. Because they're claiming that he was supposed to give her back $50 in change, he didn't. You got all these folks saying I would have did exactly what she did. Y'all would have been in jail. I literally told y'all, so you don't get finesse in other countries for US currency, exchange it to their currency. But no, you guys talking about, nah, she's supposed to crash out. That's what you're supposed to do. Alright, you go be in jail or missing. You in a third world country, crashing out. Rumor has it the police looking for her. They definitely make people get gone, or you definitely will be in prison in there, and you will pray that you get transferred over to an American prison. When you go out the country, you need to automatically know if you wild out over here, your ass will go to jail, you will be locked up or worse. So all this, oh, I would have crashed out too, y'all not seeing it from her side, bro, ain't no side, bro. You in another country tweaking. Come on now.
Exactly. I don't think a lot of these modern women really understand and are fully aware of the consequences of their actions. Sure, it was wrong for him to cheat you out of $50, but considering the alternative, that's the reality that you're living in right now.
Don't get the f off my door, for real. I'm not playing with you. Now you're doing too much. You down. Get the f down and take that food off. Come lay down, for real. Come on, bro.
I heard somebody say that they don't appreciate what you're doing for them because you're not the person that they want it from. Damn. And that one hurt.
Fellas, if you looking for a woman that will do what she told and shut up and cooperate and be submissive and cook during the week and make your lunch and work out and don't got no kids, that's me. You don't need to look no further. Okay, I know these women out here got miles on them. I don't got no mouth on me. I know when to shut up. I know when to listen. Okay, I know when to let a man lead. I know you run the house. I stand next to you. You my king.
I just found out that my boyfriend made a pros and cons list of dating me, and the cons were I had a traumatic childhood, and I don't have a family, because he wanted me to have a sister or mother that could help take care of our children one day.
I ain't gonna hold you. That's cold-blooded.